Well, hey guys, Kip coming at you here with another episode of Foundation Fridays. This week we're going to be talking about drainage, and I may be bringing one of my guests over here with me to discuss how this property that was facing drainage issues and other customer items that were identified on how they overcame that. You know, the most important thing with drainage is, and it's something that we include in all of our consultations, whether you do work with us or you don't, our goal is to educate you on what is required to make sure that your house doesn't face future issues by drainage that is not properly dispersing water away from the house. A lot of times insurance companies will honor a plumbing leak repair, but for improper water dispersion, that's on the homeowner. And it's important to make sure that you have a professional assessing it so it's done the right way, and so you can achieve the results that you want when doing the project. So if you believe you have an issue, I want you to call us out to get an assessment of your foundation. If you believe it's strictly based on the drainage, we can also take a look at that and see if there's potential for us to work with you, or we can recommend one of our partners, such as Grounded Landscaping and Jonathan Gonzalez, to see if he can provide you a solution that's more appropriate for their workmanship in the home services industry. So what a perfect timing to connect with Jonathan. Jonathan is out here on a project that he wrapped up where he did a retaining wall and also mitigated some of the runoff from the house by installing some specialized drainage to get it dispersed to where it needs to go. One of the things I'd like to do is just take an opportunity to walk around the property here so you can point out the various things that we suggest to our customers when we are doing a consultation for their concrete slab on grade foundation. Is that all right with you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, let's walk around the property and see what Jonathan and Grounded Landscaping has done.
We have our French pipe drainage system that extends all the way up from the downspout, and it actually comes down over here and it exits right there. The purpose of a French pipe drainage system is one of the connections is actually from the house itself. That solves a lot of the drainage that comes directly from the house. In addition, we also have this wall that you'll see along here, and the purpose of this is to actually hold everything in place. You'll also see the river rocks down here. The purpose of river rocks is actually to help with the filtration and to kind of slow down the speed of water.
So, what is the proper slope and drainage mitigation plan for your home? Well, first of all, you want to make sure that you have gutters on your home in the appropriate areas. Usually a roofing professional or an irrigation specialist can help with that. We can also recommend where to put proper gutters in the right location based on what we're seeing in the soil, right? So if we're seeing around the foundation the ground is pooling water, or we can feel swells underfoot, or you have a trenched area where all the rain has fallen because there's no gutter there, and we're noticing issues in our elevations when we measure your home, those are all indicators where collectively one of the home service professionals that's right for you can be dealt with when we come and do a consultation of your home. But how do we get water away from the home? See, water is properly saturating your soil when the rain falls. Now, when it rolls off the roof and falls where it lies, that's when we get an excessive amount of moisture that could be damaging for your foundation. So to mitigate that risk of happening, what you should do is have a downspout with either a buried pipe system or an additional different type of system that's right for your home. But the main idea is to get that water at least 5 feet away from the foundation. So if you have a boot at the bottom, you want to make sure that you have an extended pipe drain system to kick that water 5 feet away from the foundation. And here you can see this one's a buried line. Our friends from Grounded Landscaping installed this one that actually has a sock as a filter with a perforated pipe drain system that trickles and percolates water out of the bottom as it flows to its exit point. That way it slows down the speed of the water and ensures that it's not damaging anything on the way out. The second is to make sure that your gutter system, right, is in control, but that the slope away from the foundation has a 5% downgrade for at least 10 feet. This is the verbiage that we use in all of our consultation paperwork when we identify, number one, if you did foundation repair with us, we want to make sure that you regrade and have that appropriate slope to help mitigate future damage, number one. And number two, if you don't do that, then you're actually going to get swelling of the soil, which causes the house to heave, and that can cause serious foundation problems. So if that water pools or trickles, it's going to stick towards your foundation and seep down the side and pool under the ground. And that pooling is what causes our clay-based soil here in San Antonio to swell and lift the home. That's when you see cracking in your drywall, movement, step cracks in brick, cracking in concrete, which we talked about on a different Foundation Friday video, which sometimes foundations, you'll see some spider cracking. But when you see big cracks, then we got problems. So we want to keep water away from the foundation so you can have even saturation when the rainfall comes. And I want you to ensure that you get a professional out there to assess it. In many cases, the home services professionals come out to do a complimentary evaluation. So make sure you use your professional services. Don't fear what they say. Be empowered with the knowledge that they give you, which I hope you're finding on these Foundation Fridays videos. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're here to inform and educate so you can be finally grounded in your knowledge and in your home, your most valuable asset, probably next to your family and friends.